Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here with another XDL match. Last week we defeated Colin Hire and the Milwaukee Mawwiles, and we just decided to stay in Milwaukee for the week, get that road trip out of the way, and now we're taking on the Milwaukee Cramorants run by PKMNcast. He's going to have to turn that M upside down because we are leaving Milwaukee with 2 dubs. As per usual, if you want to jump straight to the battle, there is a timestamp for it, but first I want to go over my preparation a little bit. As you are probably aware, this is also the weekend of Players' Cup, or at least the first stage of it, and honestly, this is way more fun than playing Series 9. I am more confident in my team for XDL this week than I am for my Players' Cup team, but first off, here is PKMNcast's roster. Now, his channel isn't that competitively focused, but I really didn't want to make the mistake of underestimating him. I know he's qualified for Players' Cup in the past, and he also had a really resounding victory last week against Moxie Boosted, so he's definitely no slouch, and it was very clear that he prepared really hard. And of course, you can check out his channel in the description if you want to watch his game from last week, or his perspective on our match when it comes out. So going through his team, you can see there is a very heavy rain focus. He's got 3 different Swift Swim users, and he's got Durant, which in rain can actually take a fire type attack or 2. And he's got a Regieleki that can fire off rain boosted thunders. He's also got a Galarian Slowbro, which is actually kind of a hassle because the poison coverage hits both my Tapu Bulu and Togekiss really hard. And the Persian is also really annoying. The Duraludon is potentially really annoying given my lack of special attackers. There's just a lot of threats. So the one thing to note is that while his team is very specially oriented, he can go either way with a lot of his attackers. Like he ran Mixed Crocodile and Mixed Kingdra last week, and the Regieleki can also be physical if it wants to be. I think he will opt for the physical Eleki because at the very least in VGC, one of the best counters to Eleki is Prankster Thundurus with Eerie Impulse if you're choosing to Dynamax the Eleki. And we did use that last week, so if he chooses to go special, he's going to have to potentially wrangle with that in his preparation. The other thing to note is that he basically has 3 offensive types, which are Steel, Water, and Electric. His Pokemon will have other coverage moves, of course, and stuff like Persian might have like Dark moves, etc., or Kingdra might have Dragon moves, but I think the 3 attacks that we're going to see most often are Steel, Water, and Electric type attacks, and so we've had to build our team to beat that. And so with that in mind, here's what I'm running. So the main thing to note is that there are 2 main modes. The first is the Snorlax mode. It has a Custap Berry, which means that as soon as it gets below half HP, such as through Belly Drum, it will move first on the next turn. That is really valuable because Snorlax also has Gmax Replenish, so it could potentially be moving first for like 4 straight turns. Now, his team is really fast, so it's going to be hard to outspeed it, but if we're just moving first with Custap Berry, it doesn't really matter how fast his Pokemon are. So with that mode, the 4 Pokemon that I'm going to bring start with Snorlax and Togekiss. Togekiss has a Waken Berry, so it will live an attack from Regieleki no matter what. He could lead like Durant and something else so that Durant KOs Togekiss first after it clicks Follow Me, but I don't think anything else on his team does enough damage to Snorlax to stop the Belly Drum from going up. Assuming the Togekiss goes down, we bring in our Jinx, and so Jinx is new to the roster. We traded in Mr. Rime for Jinx because it does a lot of the same things such as Fake Out and Trick Room and the Ice typing, but it has better tools in Lovely Kiss and Dry Skin. And so in this matchup, Dry Skin should be really good given the number of water types he has. I don't know if he's familiar with the Custap Snorlax set, but it is pretty easy to recognize because Snorlax doesn't get a berry recovery after it clicks Belly Drum like it would with most sets. And even if he doesn't, when I bring in the Jinx, it'll have Fake Out pressure, and so he should really double protect. Even if he opts to attack Snorlax, I can punish it with a Protect and Trick Room, and the next thing you know, I have a +6 Snorlax in Trick Room, which really should win the game. I could also just attack and Fake Out, so there's a bunch of options, and we'll figure it out when we get there. Realistically, that is a really powerful board state for me to be in. And the last Pokemon in that line is probably Mamoswine because it hits a lot of Pokemon hard and is also somewhat functional in Trick Room. It's not actually that fast, at least it's not trained that fast. The second mode is a fast mode with Assault Vest Thundurus. Thundurus is naturally faster than Durant, but it is slower than Regieleki, of course, and also Persian. After an Airstream, Thundurus does outspeed Persian, but it doesn't outspeed Regieleki. But it does force him to have invested basically all of his EVs in speed. So if he does get greedy and try to make the Regieleki a bulkier set, this is a fantastic punish to that because Thundurus will just outspeed the Eleki at +1, and the game should be pretty simple. Realistically, I don't expect that to happen. More importantly, we can go for either Airstream or Max Strike, and then Togekiss will outspeed both Persian and Durant and have a chance to KO either one after living an attack from the Regieleki. Now, giving Airstreams and Knuckles is also really valuable to a bunch of other Pokemon on our team, such as Mamoswine and Urshifu. Also, even Jinx benefits from max Airstreams quite well. And they're going to be hard pressed to lower our speed with something like Electroweb because of our Defiant ability, and also because Mamoswine is unaffected by Electroweb and other electric attacks. It's worth noting that Mamoswine is a point faster than our Togekiss. It also is built to outspeed Persian at +1 speed. That was kind of my benchmark for the week because that's his second fastest Pokemon. At first glance, nothing outspeeds Regieleki at +1. However, our Urshifu is Choice Scarfed. That means that if turn 1 we click Max Strike into Regieleki, the Urshifu can come in and KO it and he will never see it coming. I promise you we are going to win one game because of that interaction. We also have Low Sweep on it to let other things outspeed stuff if Urshifu can't hit them too hard, but it can also just clean up games against either the Steel types that we're scared of or the Moltres or whatever else he has in the back. The EV spread outspeeds Modest Kingdra and Duraludon, and that's pretty much that. Like I said, we've got two really solid game plans. Hopefully we get to do one in game 1 and then one in game 2 and then the set is over. Otherwise we'll have to flip a coin game 3 to figure out what exactly we're going to do. But I'm pretty confident in our game plans. I'm pretty confident in my play and my prep. And so, yeah, let's get into the match. All right, we are back and we are about to start. You might notice you get to see a little more of my room today. That's because last time you might have noticed the audio was kind of bad. My main computer only has 2 ports. And so I couldn't plug my capture card in and my charger in and also my mic in. And so instead today I have a different computer recording my face along with the computer that's recording the game, and we'll splice it together afterwards and hopefully this works out okay. But I guess jumping right into it, we see a Eleki, Politoed, Kingdra, Persian, Duraludon, and Crocodile. Okay, so Crocodile is something I'm not especially worried about. I know that it can't intimidate me, but I have Defiant Thunderous, so the only thing it can really intimidate of note is Mamoswine. The Persian Eleki is scary. I did expect Durant, but I had to game plan for either Durant or for Duraludon because they get hit with different moves, and so I should choose Fire Coverage, which is kind of bad. Let's see. So the lead that scares me the most is Persian Regieleki, and I think that's responded to best with this lead, with the Togekiss Thunderous lead, and then with game 2 we can try to do Snorlax stuff, and that might work out a little better. We definitely want Urshifu in back, and then the last is going to be, I think it has to be Mamoswine. We don't have great responses to Kingdra this way, but I think it just has to be Mamoswine. And I think the Jinx is going to scare him away from the rain mode. So we'll see. Duraludon is actually really scary, so I'm glad that both my Pokemon in the back kind of deal with it. Mystical Fire is also low-key really good at dealing with it. It's just going to reduce its special attack stat, and then it's not going to do as much damage. All right, yeah, let's get into it, huh? This is exciting. Okay, so Persian Duraludon right off the bat. We're going to see. Okay, Shiny Duraludon, very cool. I don't think just Duraludon has a ton of moves to hit the Thunderous. I suspect that we might see, also I'm just fast. I'm not faster than the Persian, right? So I do have to get an Airstream off before I'm faster than the Persian. So I think we're just going to go for that right off the bat. Get that Airstream, and then maybe next turn we can get a Mystical Fire off onto it. That would be the ideal. Yeah, that seems like ideal. That seems like it's pretty good. I can't Snarl, right? Because I have, again, Defiant Thunderous. It's just gonna, most of the attacks, this is the one Pokemon that is always special, and so it doesn't really do that much to this Assault Vest Thunderous, is my thought. And we do see that I Dynamax first, which means that he didn't Dynamax the Persian, I guess. No surprise there. I'm always bugged by how long the animations are. That's why I prefer playing on Pokemon Showdown. Just okay, come on. That's also why I don't watch Pokemon streams. I go back and watch Pokemon streams when they're using a team I'm interested in. At 2x speed. I just find it so slow in person. And I hope that you're watching this video at 1.5x speed, because otherwise I don't know how you're bearing my voice. Okay, we do see Duraludon going for Protect right off the bat. And the Persian is using Switcheroo into my Protect. Interesting. So we'll see if this is an eject button. one of my test partners actually did use an eject button Persian. It was really funny. But this is good. This is a good damage. Max Knuckle is going to KO this outright from here. We can also just like hard switch if we want to. We do see the eject button go out. That's really funny. Okay, cool. So I guess that he was really scared of the Togekiss. That's one thing that Duraludon does do, is it gets around a Togekiss. I don't think it does enough to Snorlax, but if it's like a Life Orb, it might. So switcheroo, we do see Protect, so it's clearly not like Assault Vest, which is the main set in VGC. Makes sense. I don't have a ton of special attackers. There isn't really a reason to buff your special attack stat. We also did see that Airstream did just over half to the Persian, which is really good to know. It means that it will two-shot pretty consistently. I don't really know what the point of the okay, I understand. Like, he was scared of the Eerie almost, right? He was scared of Prankster Thundurus. He didn't expect it to be Defiant, and that's probably why he did what he did. And so now I get to probably get a second Airstream off, and I don't really want to Mystical Fire the Duraludon because there's a decent chance that it just goes back into the Politoed to set up Rain. Airstream into Kingdra is always going to make me faster than Kingdra in the late game. The Kingdra is just has to be scared. It has to be scared of this the Dazzling Gleam that could come out, right? And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Max Knuckle the Duraludon. It's going to be a really high value play, and we're going to Mystical Fire the Duraludon, and we're going to hope it's not like a weakness policy. There's nothing that fucks with this policy, and we're going to say Kingdra is not staying in. He took a long time to decide, so I suspect that the Kingdra is not going to be the Pokemon that Dynamaxes here, but I guess we'll see. I don't remember the balls off the top of my head. Oh, we do see Kingdra. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So ideally, we just like leave this and we get a second Airstream off, and then we're just faster, right? That would be the ideal. So we do see the Dynamax come out. We get the Knuckle off. We're gonna get the Mystical Fire off first because there's no Rain. That did a lot. Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay, no weakness policy. Mystical Fire might just outright KO. It probably won't. I don't have any special attack investment, but we're going to weaken it quite a bit. Yeah, that was close. That was close. The Dazzling Gleam is going to pick it up if I don't go down this turn. There's a Geyser, so the Kingdra is going to be moving faster than the Thundurus, I believe. I guess we're going to find out something about how it's trained. That didn't do much. The Thundurus is going to hit 179 times 1.5. Flash Cannon comes out. It's a -1. I am decently bulky. Very good, very good. So we do have another Follow Me turn, potentially. And that is Leftovers? Interesting. Okay. Gotta pull up my calculator now. 179 times 1.5 is 268. So 269 divided by 2 is 134. And then Kingdra hits... Where did I put his team? Oh no, I can't find it. Ah, this is bad. We'll just plug it in somewhere else. Kingdra at max speed hits 137. So he will outspeed no matter what. That's fine though, that's fine. We're going to just get the Airstream off into Kingdra, so we outspeed it the next turn. And we are going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. We're just going to try to pick up the KO on the Duraludon if we can. I think that's the best play we can go for here. This is also just going to do a ton of damage to Kingdra. Maybe it's like weakness policy. We didn't see a Life Orb come out or anything like that. The Duraludon does go for a Protect. That is fair enough. There's a Steel Spike. Okay, so that should get this KO. Steel Spike? What Steel is this? Flash Cannon and Iron Head. So we still don't know if it's physical or special. Actually, come to think of it, the damage roll on Togekiss seemed to indicate that it is a physical Kingdra. That would make a lot of sense to me. Okay. So that did not nearly enough, right? Like that was a +1 defense Kingdra. Do you see Leftovers proc again? Gets bounce. It can click Airstream, right? Like that's a little problematic. We're gonna have to like wild charge it, I guess. And that's gonna do a ton back to us. We don't outspeed the Kingdra. I mean, one of our Pokemon outspeeds Kingdra. Aqua Jet might pick up Duraludon. It is at +1 defense. Ice Shard might pick it up as well. And then there's a Persian in back, right? So I think what we're going to do is we are going to bring in Mamoswine. We're going to get the Ice Shard off. We're going to pick up that KO, and we're going to get the hope that the Wild Charge does enough. But yeah, wow, Kingdra is at +1 defense. Kingdra is going to be a bit of a tank for us to deal with. So yeah, so here's the Wild Charge. Do we want to pick up this KO? There's an argument that the answer is no. The argument is that then we get to not have a Persian switch in, and we get a second attack off on Kingdra, right? And so we're fading the last turn of Dynamax. And we can protect Mamoswine and then Ice Shard the next turn. We probably don't KO the Duraludon if it gets a second Steel Spike boost off. I think we just, but we will outspeed it potentially. We're gonna protect. We're gonna make that read. We're gonna hope that it's not a double target into Thundurus, and if it is, the AV is going to keep it alive. The Duraludon is actually just not doing very much because it is at -1 special attack. So I think I get to ignore it. And so here's the Wild Charge. That does not enough. Oh, no. Oh, okay. So that is actually maybe range for Ice Shard plus Wild Charge. Maybe not anymore. Okay, that is the Protect. That's really good. Okay. This is gonna be questionable for sure. There's a Flash Cannon. Yeah. We can also expect, so we saw Geyser, Steel Spike, right? So the Dynamax is over, and now it actually is in Wild Charge range for sure. The Duraludon is slower than unless it's like okay, cool. So this does pick up KOs then. This will guarantee 2 KOs. That's really good. Well, it guarantees 2 KOs insofar as I have to hit the high horsepower. Thank you, Dynamax, for ending. It did about 30% to Dynamax, so it should do 20% to Dynamax, 40% to normal, and that Kingdra is about 30% health. So my back-of-the-envelope math says that should KO. And that's kind of all we got sometimes, you know? Never mind the fact that he's taken a lot longer, so I really couldn't count that, but... yeah, we'll see. So we did see Steel Spike. And we did see Geyser, right? And we didn't see, like, a Life Orb or anything. Duraludon does go for Protect, fair enough. I think that this is fine. Like, the more turns that Duraludon is on the field, the less of a problem I have. Just because, again, it's not doing anything. It is just a super low impact Pokemon right now. The Persian can go for, like, a Foul Play, potentially, right? But the Foul Play is going to go after my attacks go off. What could he have in back? Aleki is just outsped and doesn't actually touch the Mamoswine, so the Mamoswine might be enough to win the game if it's Aleki. If it's Politoed, if it's Kingdra, then I get Defiant Boost, so I want to keep the Thundurus alive, but obviously I can't do that very easily. There is the Persian, and so this maybe, do I double the Duraludon? It's you know, I don't even need to. I can just target down this. I think I can just target down this Persian, guarantee myself. Okay, so Thundurus targets down Persian, but Thundurus gets to move the KOs, and Thundurus doesn't get to move, it got faked out, and that means that I get to high horsepower the Duraludon, right? And fakes out the Mamoswine and then Flash Cannon the Mamoswine. I probably just still have a Mamoswine, like realistically. It's just it's a -1 special attack Duraludon. It's not Life Orb. It's not boosted in any way. I don't think it's going to do that much damage. I really don't. So we do see the fake out. It isn't a Thundurus, which means we are just going to pick up this Duraludon and not miss. Good, we didn't miss. Yeah, so that's where I think the Life Orb might have came into play. I don't. Probably should be calculating all this stuff out, but yeah, like the Duraludon is not living that even at +2 stages of defense. Now I guess we'll find out what the last Pokemon is on his side of the field. We do see fake outs here. We saw Protect on Duraludon and Flash Cannon on Duraludon, and that's it, I believe. And we saw Steel and Geyser on Kingdra, and then it went down. We do see Crocodile. Okay, so Crocodile, is it Intimidate or is it Moxie? It is, okay, cool. So it is a, we do see that it is the Moxie Crocodile, not Intimidate, so not giving us the Defiant boost, but it also means that our Mamoswine is going to live an attack. He does not know that we are Thick Fat and not Oblivious. I'm just going to make the very obvious play here. I'm going to hit the Crocodile, I think with Ice Shard, maybe? Yeah, I'll just Ice Shard it. I have to take out the Persian, because I don't want him to know that I am Scarf on my Oh wow, that did a lot. Okay, I don't want him to know that I'm scarfed on my Urshifu, right? That's just really valuable information to just never have revealed. In fact, if I don't have to reveal my back Pokemon at all, that would be sick as well, right? But realistically, I probably will have to. I can pencil in. I actually using a pencil. I could pencil in Foul Play for the Persian. That's just the default move. And there's an Iron Tail, so we're going to see that Moxie, I think. Do we see a Life Orb? We do see a Life Orb. Okay, cool. And so now we see Urshifu. And Urshifu is just naturally faster than Crocodile, so the fact that it is moving first isn't going to say anything. It is going to move after the Thundurus, because Thundurus has +2 stages of speed. So again, that's not going to reveal any information. It's just good stuff to have. So yeah, so there we go. We didn't even reveal an attack off of it, obviously. If you're running Urshifu and you're not running, in this case, Surging Strikes in close combat, what are you doing? And that was the move that I was clicking anyways. But yeah, there we go. Good game, game one. That Kingdra certainly got scary with its defense boosts. I think that, like I said, I want to move on to the, let's see. It was a Persian Duraludon lead, right? And Duraludon obviously has the ability to get around the what's it called? Let's see, Duraludon. Let's call it modest. I think it was modest. If it was timid, I think it would have outsped. And if it's clicking a move into Snorlax, which is just my Snorlax set, it is doing, at most, it is doing 44 to 52 if it clicks Max Wormwind, right? And then ideally we're getting the Belly Drum off. That is the goal. That is the ideal for this lead. I think that maybe not. Maybe just because we saw the eject button, he's like, nah, I can't lead this anymore. I think he might like to try to lead the Crocodile outright and see if he can get away with that. But we're gonna start off with the Snorlax. I think that this is gonna work. And if not, we'll have to try something else. You know, we'll have to go back to our roots. The Thunderous mode does look pretty solid until what he brought, but like trying to power through with the physical attacker that's unboosted is just kind of a losing line in this game. Let's see. So he did bring Kingdra, right? And we did see physical Kingdra, and that's honestly kind of scary. I didn't reveal Scarf Urshifu, but I think I'm gonna go with Snorlax mode, just throw him off, and then go back to the mode that worked and try to win off the Scarf Urshifu. Or do I go with Urshifu off the bat? Because he really could go with Crocodile here. Mamoswine hits the Elky. He didn't bring the Elky. I think he's going to try to bring the Elky. I think he understands that's important. So I'm going to go with Mamoswine. It's going to do a lot to Crocodile unless it gets like very boosted. So I didn't think that he would bring Crocodile. So I didn't bring Icicle Crash on Mamoswine. I figured it didn't need a strong ice move. It just needed a priority move to get around other faster Pokemon. I actually respected Moltres more by bringing Rock Tomb on it. So that might come to bite me in the butt a little later on. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this is going to work. Okay, Reggie, Elky, and Duraludon. So this is probably pretty good, I think. Right? I think we're going to get the Follow Me Belly Drum off. The Duraludon, if it's at +1 defense, right, and we're at +6 attack and Dynamaxed, we are doing very little, very, very little. Let's see. But we can also just like hard switch. No, we can't. We can't hard switch because he can switch out. We can Mystical Fire and just say we're outspeeding, and that's not bad either. Right, like we could protect. I don't really want to do that. I think I want to go for Belly Drum off the bat. If he goes for, we're gonna do Brain Dead. We're gonna go Brain Dead. We're just gonna click Follow Me. No, we're gonna click Mystical Fire. There is no reason to click Follow Me. Just like if his attack is going into Togekiss, his attack doesn't get redirected, right? So there's no reason to go Follow Me other than to redirect the Reggie Elky attack. And realistically, if our Snorlax goes down or doesn't get the Belly Drum off, we get one attack off with it. Okay. I should have clicked Follow Me. Is what I'm getting. I should have clicked Follow Me. I expected Duraludon to max, not the Reggie Elky to max. Hopefully he's targeting down the Togekiss anyways. Yes, let's go. Oh, that's huge. Oh, that's great. That's huge. Because now he has to either I mean, now we just KO the Regieleki, right? Like, unless it's Focus Sash, we're just getting the belly drum off, and then we get to max replenish it, or double edge it if we decide not to max it. And here's the Flash Cannon, I hope. Mystical Fire, very good. So the Duraludon is kind of dead weight here. Maybe breaking the Regieleki's potential Focus Sash is good. Is that a Roar? Yo! Oh my goodness. That's either Roar or Dragon Tail. Miss? Ah, okay. Very cool. Very okay, I respect it. We just see Mamoswine, so just right off the bat, we're getting a Pokemon that immediately threatens a lot of what he wants to do. We can no longer have a safe switch, right? But we can just KO this Regieleki outright. And the threats to Mamoswine are like far and few between. Realistically, Snorlax is going to get an attack off because of this Custap Berry, anyways, right? So he's going to get a double edge off onto Regieleki. I don't think Regieleki has great ways to hit Mamoswine. So I think I'm just going to go for a raw max Quake into Duraludon, and say, this Duraludon is doing very little. It is just doing absolutely nothing, right? So I can probably just safely ignore it. I am going to Mystical Fire it again, just because, like, I am not scared of, I'm scared of him max guarding and switching out. That's the scary one. Okay, but he did have counterplay to Snorlax, as he should. Like, in testing, Snorlax was insane, so it's not surprising that he had a way of dealing with it. But Mamoswine is a really good secondary Dynamax to have here. We can always click Quake, and then we can click Hailstorm the next turn into the thing that switches in to break a potential Focus Sash. And again, I think that he's going to protect Duraludon. He's been pretty consistent about that. Ideally, okay, fine, maybe he didn't. So, I mean, again, I really don't mind this Duraludon just staying on the field. Also, if this goes down to Sash, which I really hope it does, Snorlax just gets to move first. It's going to be really funny for Snorlax to just outspeed and put this thing out of its misery. That looks like a Focus Sash. Oh boy. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to reveal Custap Flax. Here's Flash Cannon, it's going to do like 10. Like I said, like 10. I think he does have to protect Duraludon this turn. So it's a little annoying. But, you know, so be it. We'll see if he realizes that it's Custap, right? Like, that's the thing that he has to figure out. We're just going to Quake. Getting this Death Boost is really valuable into basically all of his Pokemon. It is Physical Kingdom, so maybe not. We don't have, like, Steel Spike here. So getting Hailstorm off might also be more valuable, just to guarantee that we get this this KO. Yeah, we're gonna Hailstorm. I think it's a little safer. I think it's gonna protect anyways. But we are gonna take out this Regieleki real quick. There we go. I think that actually goes before Protect. No, maybe it does. I don't know, but that was funny. That was real funny. So there's the Custap reveal. Maybe he saw that coming and just didn't care about the Regieleki. Maybe he didn't. Again, I actually really just don't mind this this Duraludon being on the field. I think that it's just not doing anything. It's not doing anything meaningful, and the longer it stays on the field, the more turns we have to just like sit around and play 2v1. He hasn't switched it out yet. He hasn't protected it with it yet, which is fair. Like, it's not actually exerting pressure. Here's another Flash Cannon. So maybe like a Liquidation from Kingdra is going to be problematic. But we can also, like, if he goes to Kingdra, we can just switch out. We can just switch out into our Jinx, take the attack, double edge, go down to recoil, like fake out, and then bring Mamoswine in and to do stuff. That's not an awful line either. We can set up Trick Room, potentially, depending on what he's doing. If the Snorlax stays alive, honestly, setting up Trick Room isn't even that bad, right? Like, it's still clicking double edge, just still got an attack stat. It's still like a brave-natured Snorlax. Into a team that, like, honestly, I mean, obviously it has some physical investment, but like, it's still doing pretty okay. Like, he still has some physical defense investment. Okay, there is the Kingdra. Is there any world in which he doesn't click? Okay, so one thing he could do, I should outspeed. Unless he's timid, I should outspeed. But I don't think that means that I should attack. I think that means I should still switch out into Jinx, because I really don't want him to outspeed and get the KO onto... Yeah, I think this is right. I do want a double edge, I think. Then maybe it's an Ice Shard range, potentially. The Duraludon is also in Ice Shard range. The Duraludon is fast. This is physical Kingdra. So Liquidation, it might just be like an Iron Tail. No, it'll be Liquidation. I think it'll be Liquidation. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We want the fake out pressure next turn too. Like, I don't think he lets me... Okay, but he didn't switch out into... he might have. He might have. I guess I am faster, so I switch out things first. Show me the Politoed switch in. No, that's a Muddy Water. Interesting. Snorlax dodge. That's pretty good. Flash Cannon's going to go into... Sure. So that's actually, like, good damage, but, you know, only it's going to do so much. Double Edge is going to chunk this Kingdra. That might just be Ice Shard range, honestly. That looks like I could be Ice Shard range very easily. This Duraludon is so low on HP. I think everything is in Ice Shard range except for the Moni isn't back, right? That's kind of where I'm at right now. And so let's see. So he has to switch into the Mon and back, and then click an attack. And he has to switch into the Mon and back on Duraludon, which has to be Politoed. Politoed does beat the Mamoswine outright, and then he has to attack with a non-water move into this Jinx, and then Snorlax will take it out. Jinx may or may not take out... I think I switch out. I think I just switch out. No, I might have to fake out. I might have to fake out and double edge. I can see how this loses though. I think I'm supposed to switch out, but I didn't do it. Oh, it worked out. Okay. I think I just needed to preserve the Jinx, and I didn't. And that's gonna lose me the game. No. Oh, okay. Very cool. So now I think I just win, right? Because I get to Ice Shard the Kingdra for free. Nothing's gonna stop that. I get to Psychic the Duraludon for free. Nothing's gonna stop that. And then hopefully my two Pokemon can beat whatever one Pokemon he has in back, given that it's not Regieleki. I also now can Lovely Kiss things with Jinx, which might be very annoying for him, depending on what it is. This is close, this is close. He hasn't switched it in yet, right? So my Jinx doesn't have a attacking move that hits... we're gonna Psychic and we're gonna Ice Shard. We're just always gonna do those moves. There's no reason not to. He might not have Protect. That might be it. He might be like Assault Vest on Kingdra. That would probably explain it. I think he was really supposed to target Jinx, though. I thought Snorlax was so low impact there. And I think that he won if he targeted Jinx down. Well, I guess that depends on what he has in back. He might still win. Like, if it's Crocodile, I think he wins. If it's Crocodile, I have to hit a Lovely Kiss to win, is what actually is happening. And this should KO. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Duraludon does not have special bulk, and, you know, like, that's fair. It was really good bring because I don't have any special attackers, but I do have the Jinx, you know? Like, I do have ways to attack specially. They're just, like, low-tier Pokemon. Okay, there's the Crook. There's the Crook. Okay. So, it really just comes down to, do I hit this Lovely Kiss? I think that's the entire game. Like, if I hit the Lovely Kiss, then I get multiple Ice Shards off. If I don't hit the Lovely Kiss, is there an argument to protect? No, there isn't. Because then he gets to get an extra turn to wake up. He protects. Fair enough, fair enough. Getting some info. Hail stops, so that's not... I guess he maybe he was scared of Snow Cloak. That's a reason to do what he did. Yeah, we're just 75% chance, you know? Those are decent odds to win a game. But yeah, it's very clear that I don't have Let's go! Okay, good, awesome. Okay, now it has to not be Lumberry. I don't know why it would be. Okay, very good. Okay, that should be the game. Very cool. Let's go. Yeah, so we are going to Psychic. And Ice Shard. Oh, no, we did see the Life Orb. We did see the Life Orb, right, so it couldn't have been Lumberry. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. We haven't lost a game yet. We're doing real well. We're doing real well, guys. This is awesome. But yeah, that was scary. That was I think his team building is on point. I think his prep is on point. I think he made like one mistake in game 2, and game 1 was pretty clean. But like that was an intense set. Good games to PKMNcast. He played really well, and like his content is great. Like he does like pack openings and stuff. I've seen, so we definitely go check him out. I'm very interested to see his perspective on this battle. I'm really interested to see how he prepped, because I think his prep was really, really good. And so there's going to be a link to his video in the description. Make sure to check that out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the XDL videos. I certainly am. Again, I said I'm having more fun with this series than I am in like Players Cup altogether. Players Cup prep in Series 9. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Until then, I will see you all later.